Not just a preacher, but a man who walked what he believed in. Deeper in a world gone loud and wrong and vicious. I just wanna be a little more like Jesus. He healed without a payment, sat with the lost, spoke truth to the proud, took nails for the cause, didn't run from the pain or the shame or the trial, wasn't looking for revenge, just mercy and a smile. He washed feet, broke bread, shared wine with his foes, saw through the mask, yeah, he always knows, but he never pointed fingers, never made demands, just opened up his arms and stretched out his hands. This ain't just a song, it's a mirror and a flame, a quiet little whisper calling out my name. Not just who I preach, but who I become. Cause being a man ain't just muscle and a gun. I wanna love like Jesus, steady in the fire. Hold like Jesus, even when they lie. Forgive like Jesus, even when it hurts. Give like Jesus, never asking what it's worth. Not just a name, not just a preacher, but a man who walked what he believed in. Deeper in a world gone loud and wrong and vicious. I just wanna be a little more like Jesus. Yeah, yeah. He never needed to prove it. He just lived it. Yeah. If you drive 55 in the left lane, we ain't the same, bro. Yeah. Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. I ain't got all day. You're doing 40 and a 70. What the hell you trying to say? I got a job, I got stress, I got bills I gotta pay. You riding my nerves like your brakes don't work, so get the fuck out the way. Yeah! Red lights, tailgates, and them no blinker lanes. Swerving like you sipping on a fifth of that drink. I'm one honk away from catching the case, so get the fuck out the way before I lose my damn brain. Middle finger up in a lifted Dodge Ram. Swear y'all drive like y'all got jelly for hands. Texting on your phone trying to take a damn selfie. Meanwhile I'm back here about to go full Melly. Old lady slow rolling through a green ass light. Big ass truck, but you scared of a right. You a hazard to my blood pressure, goddamn. You parked on my last nerve like it's handicap land. Blink left, turn right, bruh, make up your mind. This ain't a circus, this the motherfucking 9 to 5 grind. And if I catch one more Prius cutting me off, I swear I'ma lay this horn down like a country hog. Get out the way, I ain't got all day. You doing 40 and 70. What the hell you trying to say? I got a job, I got stress, I got bills I gotta pay.
To the ancestors, known and unknown, Ashe. To the gods, known and unknown, Ashe. All the praise, all the glory be to the Most High. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite Cosmic Warrior, back at you with another Galactic Transmission. Today we're going to start off with Book 3 from PC Sophia. This is chapters 102 to 135. We might do the whole thing, we might not. I don't know. We'll see. Chapter 102. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will reveal to you the mysteries that have never been spoken in the world, not even to the archons or the aeons. These teachings are meant for you alone, because you are worthy to receive them." He continued, "When I appeared in the world, I did not speak of these mysteries publicly. The world was not ready. Even many who claimed to follow the light could not receive them. But you, my faithful, who have stood with me, will now be entrusted with what is hidden." Yeshua explained that what he was about to reveal concerned the purification and ascension of the soul, not just repentance, but the deeper mysteries that led to the eternal light. He said that souls who receive these teachings will not be judged like others. They will pass swiftly through the regions of the rulers, protected by the mysteries. He described how these souls, upon leaving the body, are met by powers who question them. But when the soul bears the seal of the mystery and speaks its name with truth, the powers fall back, and the soul passes freely. They cannot bind to it. They cannot deceive it. It shines with the light that sent it. Yeshua added, "These mysteries are not mere words. They are living forces. When received with sincerity, they remake the soul. They lift it above the forces of fate and set it on the path of return. No ruler can stop it. No shadow can touch it." He then reminded the disciples, "The mysteries I now give you are the highest. They are the keys of the treasury of light. Only the pure of heart may receive them, guard them, live them. And when the time comes, they will open the way for you." Chapter 103. Yeshua continued, "I will now begin to give you the first mystery of the treasury of light, the one that opens the path for the soul to enter the realms of purity." He said, "This mystery cannot be spoken casually. It must be received in silence and devotion. It carries the power to dissolve the bonds of the archons and raise the soul above every judgment." He warned his disciples not to give this mystery to the unworthy or to those who mock the light. It is sacred, and it responds only to those who seek it with truth. When you speak it, he said, do so with reverence, and it will protect you from every harm. Chapter 104. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now that I have spoken to you of the mystery, I will tell you how to prepare yourself to receive it fully." He explained that purification is necessary of body, heart, and mind. He instructed them to fast, to pray, and to remain in stillness, so that their soul might be aligned with the light. "When the time is right," he said, "you will speak the mystery, not with fear, but with certainty. And it will answer you just as the light answers Sophia. It will go before you through every gate, and no power will be able to stand against you." Chapter 105. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will reveal to you the exact words of the first mystery of the treasury of light. But before I speak them, understand this. The mystery I am about to give you is living. It is not just a name, it is a force. When spoken with truth and clarity, it awakens the light within the soul and dissolves every chain placed by the archons." He warned them to use it only with reverence. "Do not share this with anyone who doubts or mocks the light." He said, "This mystery is not a shield for the impure. It is a light for those who have prepared themselves with devotion." Yeshua then pronounced the sacred words to his disciples. Though not quoted here, he made it clear that these words were a key, one that when spoken in the proper state of being would allow the soul to ascend through the aeons untouched. He said, "When you are in the body and you speak these words with the right intention, your soul will be sealed with power. And when you leave the body, this same power will carry you upward, unharmed, unseen by the rulers, free from fear." Chapter 106. Yeshua continued, "This mystery has been guarded since the beginning. Not even the angels of the aeons have received it. You are the first to hear it on earth. It is stronger than all other mysteries. It opens every gate." He explained that when a soul uses this mystery, the guardians of the aeons will bow. They will not question. They will recognize the light and allow the soul to pass. The rulers will be powerless, and the soul will continue upward until it reaches the treasury of light. "This is not something to boast about," Yeshua said. "It is a responsibility. You must live according to what you've received. Let your life reflect the light that now lives in you." Chapter 107. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now that I have given you the mystery and explained its power, I will tell you what happens when a soul leaves the body, clothed in this mystery. When such a soul departs, it does not wander or fall into confusion. The powers who watch the world do not see it. The guardians of the aeons cannot hold it. It passes silently and swiftly, drawn by the light within. As it rises, the gates open on their own. The soul is not judged, it is not questioned, It carries the seal of the first mystery, and every power recognizes it. It reaches the heights and is welcomed in joy. Yeshua looked at them and said, "This is the purpose of the mysteries, not to give status, but freedom, not to give power over others, but to return the soul to the light from which it came." Chapter 108. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will tell you what happens if someone who is unworthy receives the mystery or speaks its name without understanding." He explained, "If a soul that has not been purified or prepared tries to use this mystery when leaving the body, the guardians and the aeons will not be deceived. They will recognize that the light within is not aligned with the words spoken, and the soul will be stopped. The soul will be questioned, and if it cannot respond in truth, it will be turned back, and it may be handed over to the archons for correction, or it may be cast into a cycle of purification until it becomes ready." Yeshua warned them clearly, "Do not treat this mystery as a tool or a formula. It must live in you. It must be truth in your heart, not just sound on your lips." Chapter 109. Yeshua continued, "There is another danger if someone gives this mystery to another who is unworthy, out of pride, ignorance, or ambition. They will bear responsibility for the misuse. The one who receives it without reverence may fall into worse confusion than before, and the one who gives it carelessly will answer to the soul that was misled." Yeshua said, "Guard this mystery like a flame. Pass it only to those who are ready, who seek the light with sincerity, and who have prepared themselves to receive truth. Not all who ask are ready. Test the hearts, not the words." Chapter 110. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will describe the signs that reveal whether a soul is truly worthy to receive the first mystery of the light, the first mystery of the treasury of light. A soul who is ready," he said, "is gentle, humble, and sincere. It does not boast of knowledge. It does not seek praise. It turns away from anger and judgment. It forgives. It loves truth. It hungers for the light." Yeshua added, "You will know them not by their appearance or by their speech, but by the light they carry and how they live. They shine even in silence. They serve without seeking reward. These are the ones you may trust with the mystery." He looked at his disciples and said, "You have been given much. Now live it. Be the light you've received, and you will guide others not only with words, but with presence." Chapter 111. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now that I have given you the signs to recognize the worthy, I will explain what happens when a righteous soul departs from the body and is fully sealed with the first mystery." He described how, at the moment of death, the soul rises calmly, untouched by fear or confusion. The watchers at the gates of the aeons see the seal of the mystery and fall back. They do not question or hinder it. Their power is as nothing before the light that surrounds the soul. As the soul ascends, yet Yeshua said, the gates of the 13th aeon open before it. It is greeted not with interrogation, but with joy. The powers rejoice. The soul enters with honor, like a spark returning to the great flame. He explained that this soul is not just welcomed, it is remembered. Its journey is known. Its faithfulness is celebrated. It is clothed in light, more radiant than before, for it has chosen the truth, even while in the world of forgetfulness. Yeshua added, "Such a soul will no longer return to a body. It is free from this cycle. It has passed the test. It abides forever in the light from which it came." Chapter 112. Yeshua said, "Let me now reveal to you what happens to a soul that has heard the mysteries but has not lived by them, one who has taken the words but not the path." He spoke of a soul that knew of the light but did not choose it, one that kept anger, greed, or deceit in its heart. A soul that spoke the mysteries without integrity, that wore the garments of devotion but remained unchanged within. When such a soul leaves the body, Yeshua said, it is confused. It expects passage, but the watchers see through it. They confront it. They ask the names in the seals, and the soul cannot answer in truth. Its light is dim. Its power is hollow. It is taken, he explained, by the archons, who examine and expose it. If the soul has corrupted the mysteries or led others astray, it is judged with severity. It may be thrown back into bodies of suffering, bound to the world it refused to transcend. Yeshua added, "This is not cruelty, it is justice. The mysteries are not ornaments. They are sacred fire. If you claim them falsely, they will burn away the lie and leave only what is real." Chapter 113. Yeshua said to his disciples, "There is another kind of soul, one who has lived a righteous life but never received the mysteries in full. A soul of compassion, humility, and truth, but without the sacred seals." He explained, when such a soul leaves the body, it is not cast down. It rises through the aeons, but it does so slowly. It must stop at every gate. It is questioned. Its life is weighed. Its sincerity is seen. At each level, the soul responds, not with secret words, but with light. The light of how it lived. The powers recognized its goodness. They see that it has not defiled the name of the light, and so they allow it to pass. Eventually, it reaches the 13th aeon, and there, Yeshua said, I will see it. I will intercede for it. I will open the gates for it. I will give it the mystery, for it has proven itself by its deeds. Yeshua looked at his disciples and said, understand this. Even those who do not receive the mystery in words may receive it in essence. The light does not reject the soul that walks in truth. The gates are many, but the mercy is greater. Chapter 114. Yeshua said to his disciples, now I will reveal to you what happens to a soul that receives the mysteries but turns away, one who receives the truth but later chooses darkness. He explained that this kind of soul is the most deeply bound, because it knew the light and rejected it. It tasted truth and still returned to deceit. Such a soul, he said, is judged more severely than one who has never known the light at all. When it leaves the body, Yeshua said, it is seen by all the powers as a betrayer. It is not allowed to rise. The Archon sees it quickly. It is thrown into outer darkness, into places of great suffering and confusion. It is stripped of all memory. It is left to wander. Yeshua was clear. This is not vengeance. It is consequence. The greater the gift, the greater the responsibility. To turn away from the light after receiving it is to turn against one's own soul. Chapter 115. Yeshua said, now I will tell you about the soul that has received the mysteries, kept it faithfully, and lived in purity and compassion. This is the soul the light longs for. When it leaves the body, its journey is swift. The watchers bow, the aeons open, the rulers fall silent. It does not stop at gates because the light within shines with authority. He explained that such a soul rises directly to the treasury of light. It is not questioned. It is not delayed. It is met with songs of joy, welcomed like a child returning home. Yeshua said, this soul becomes a light to others. It is given power, not for domination, but for restoration. It becomes a guide to wandering souls, a helper to the great works of return, a helper in the great work of return. Chapter 116. Yeshua said to his disciples, and now I say to you, the mysteries I have given are not for one people or place. They are for all who are worthy, no matter their origin, no matter their lineage. He told them, in every land, in every generation, there are souls who seek the light. You will recognize them by their humility, their peace, their longing for truth. These are the ones who are ready. Yeshua reminded them that the path of the light is not for the proud or for those who seek praise. It is for the ones who love in silence, who give without boasting, who live in the truth even when the world mocks them. Go, he said, and share the mysteries with those who are ready. Speak it not for numbers, but for souls, and let your life be the first teaching they hear. Chapter 117. Yeshua said to his disciples, Now I will tell you of another mystery, one that concerns those who are nearing the end of their earthly lives and are preparing to depart the body. He explained that when a soul has received the mysteries and kept them in faith, and when it approaches the moment of death, it should be surrounded by those who also carry the light. They are to pray over it, anoint it, and speak sacred words that strengthen and guide it. If these words are spoken with truth and intention, Yeshua said, the soul will rise swiftly. The rulers will not see it. The chaos will not touch it. It will pass upward like a star returning to its source. He stressed that these final moments are sacred. The transition of a soul should be honored with stillness, with light, and with the remembrance of the mysteries. Chapter 118. Yeshua continued, But if the soul has not received the mysteries, and the words of power are spoken over it anyway, they will not protect it. The rulers will know. They will see that the light is not within. In such a case, he said, the soul is questioned, it is delayed. It may be cast back into the world, into a new body, to learn again what it did not yet understand. Yeshua made clear, the words are not magic. They do not work without truth. The mystery must be living in the soul. The light must be real. Chapter 119. Yeshua said to his disciples, When a soul that is pure and sealed with the mysteries is sent into the world again, by command of the first mystery, it does not come in forgetfulness. It is sent for purpose. He explained that such souls are often hidden. They do not seek titles or power. They are born to guide, to heal, to awaken others. Their presence carries the fragrance of the light, even if their identity remains unknown. Yeshua said, These are the ones who, even in silence, shift the world. They remind others of something long forgotten. They are the hands of the light in human form. Chapter 120. Yeshua said to his disciples, There are times when a soul that is pure and full of light is sent into the world, but is born into hardship and suffering. Do not think this is punishment. It is purpose. He explained that these souls carry a mystery deep within them. Even if they do not speak it, it shapes their life. They are tested by the world, not to destroy them, but to refine them. They shine quietly, and through their endurance, they awaken others. Yeshua continued, They may not be recognized. They may be ridiculed or rejected, but the light knows them, and when they leave the body, they are met with joy. They are welcomed as warriors of the truth. Chapter 21. Yeshua said, There are also souls who receive the mysteries, but later fall into error or darkness. If they recognize their faults and return, the light does not reject them. He made it clear, even if they stumble, even if they are drawn into deceit, the light waits. But they must come back freely. They must remember the mystery. They must return with humility. When they do, he said, they will be forgiven. They will be restored. The powers cannot hold those who have returned to truth with sincerity. Their light will be rekindled. Chapter 122. Yeshua said to his disciples, Let me now speak of the souls who commit grave errors after receiving the mystery, yet never repent. He warned, Such souls are in great danger. The light cannot protect them if they turn completely away and remain in ignorance. The light cannot protect them if they turn completely away and remain in arrogance. They are like vessels that were filled but have been shattered. He explained that if they misuse the mystery or deceive others in the name of the light, their fall is deeper than those who never received it at all. Their soul may be thrown into confusion or scattered across realms until it finds its way back, if ever. Yeshua looked at his disciples and said, "This is why I tell you, guard what you have been given. Do not take it lightly. What is sacred must be honored. What is eternal must be lived." Chapter 123. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will tell you of the souls who lived without knowledge of the mysteries, but lived lives of goodness, humility, and truth." He explained, though they did not receive the sacred seals, they walked in love, justice, and compassion. When they leave the body, they are not lost. They are recognized by their deeds, and the light welcomes them. These souls rise slowly, Yeshua said, passing from gate to gate. They are questioned, but they answer not with words, but with the light of their lives. And when they reach the 13th aeon, they will see them, and I will open the way for them. Yeshua reminded his disciples that the light is merciful, and that every act of love is remembered. Not all who shine have spoken the mysteries, he said, but all who love are known by the light. Chapter 124. Yeshua said, "Now I tell you of the soul who has lived in confusion, who has not received the mystery, and who dies unrepentant and unaware." He explained, "Such a soul is taken by the archons. It is questioned and cannot answer. It is held in the lower realms, and it suffers, not out of vengeance, but because it is bound to its own darkness." Yeshua said that these souls must pass through many lives, learning slowly until they begin to remember. Even then, he said, they must cry out to the light, for their hearts Even then, he said, they must cry out to the light from their hearts before the path will open. He looked at his disciples and said, "No soul is beyond hope, but every soul is ready." The journey begins the moment the heart turns towards the light. Chapter 125. Yeshua said, "Let me now reveal a great mystery, one that concerns the release of souls trapped in the lower regions." He explained, "When one of you who carries the mysteries prays and calls out in my name for a soul that is bound, that a soul may be helped, your compassion reaches through the aeons. Your light can open the doors. If the soul has not completely forgotten, it will respond to your call. If it will remember a trace of the light and begin to rise. The rulers may resist, but they cannot withstand a prayer that carries truth and love." Yeshua looked at his disciples and said, "Never underestimate the power of mercy. You are not powerless. Even now, your voice can change what seems unchangeable. Pray for the lost, not to judge them, but to call them home." Chapter 126. Yeshua said to his disciples, "There is another kind of soul you must understand. It is the one that has received the mysteries, but becomes proud and begins to exalt itself." He warned, "Such a soul may believe it is above others. It may use the mystery for self-glory or power. But it forgets that the light is not impressed by status. It sees only the heart." Yeshua continued, "If that soul repents, it can still return. But if it refuses, if it clings to pride and forgets humility, it will fall. It will be cast down by the very forces it once rose from above." He looked at them and said, "The greater the mystery you hold, the more deeply you must serve. Let your light shine in love, not in arrogance." Chapter 127, Yeshua said, "I will now speak to you about how to strengthen and seal the soul after receiving the mysteries, so it may rise safely when it leaves the body." He instructed them, "When a soul has been sealed with the mysteries and lives in truth, the final prayers and acts of preparation are powerful. They align the soul with the light and confirm its path. Yeshua taught that those who are present at the time of death, if they too live in the light, they may assist the soul's ascent. Their prayers, their presence, their love form a bridge. The soul will not wander, he said. It will rise like a flame called home. The rulers will see it and fall back. The light will claim what belongs to it. Chapter 128. Yeshua said, "Let me tell you now what happens when you pray over a soul who has lived in confusion but showed kindness, who did not know the mysteries but carried goodness in their life." He said, "Your prayers open a door. If the soul responds, if there is even a spark of remembrance, it will begin to rise, slowly, yes, but steadily. It will be guided by your compassion." Yeshua continued, "In the worlds above, nothing is forgotten. Every kind word, every just action, every moment of mercy is known. And when you pray for such a soul, the light hears you." He concluded, "The mysteries are great, but the heart of them is love. Let that be what leads you, always." Chapter 129. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Let me now speak of those who, after receiving the mysteries, choose to return to darkness. They abandon truth for false power, or misuse what was given to them." He explained that such souls are the most heavily burdened. They knew the light, tasted its mercy, and then rejected it. They are like wells filled with living water, deliberately poisoned. Yeshua said, "When these souls leave the body, the watchers and the archons see the betrayal. They do not stop it. They carry it to judgment. The soul is shown all it once knew. It is held accountable for every truth it turned away from. Still," he added, "if in their final moments they turn back, even in weakness, the light will not reject them. But their path will be long, their cleansing difficult, but their return uncertain." Chapter 130. Yeshua said, "Now I will teach you what happens when the soul of a righteous person, one who has received the mysteries and lived in their truth, leaves the body. This is a soul that has prepared itself in love and purity and in humility. When the soul begins to rise," Yeshua said, "the powers of the aeons come to test it. When they ask for its name, its seals, its signs. But the soul is not afraid. It speaks with power. It shines with the light of the mysteries. The rulers fall silent and open the gates." Yeshua described how at each level the soul meets challenges, gatekeepers, guardians, questions, but its light always reveals its authority. It speaks not only with words, but with being. The mysteries it carries respond from within. He said that the soul continues upward through the firmaments, through the regions of fate and time, through the realm of the archons, until it reaches the veil of the 13th aeon. There it is met with joy. The angels sing, the powers rejoice. The light of the aeons embrace the soul as a long-lost child returned. It is crowned anew. It is robed in radiance. It takes its place beside the light. Yeshua added, "This is not the reward of the obedience, but of transformation. The soul that has become what it was always meant to be, it is not judged, it is celebrated." Chapter 131. Yeshua continued, "But now let me tell you about the soul who receives the mysteries and then fails to live them. This is a soul who speaks the right words, but did not carry them in the heart, one who performed the outward rites, but remained unchanged inside." He explained that when this soul leaves the body, the watchers see the truth. The light is weak. The seal is unclear. The soul tries to pass, but the guardians question it. and it cannot respond with power. Its path is stopped. Yeshua described how the archons surround such a soul. They mock its failed knowledge. They bring up its hypocrisy. They show the gap between its claims and its reality. The soul is cast down, not forever, but into a cycle of correction. Such a soul, Yeshua said, must wander. It will return to the world in lesser forms, perhaps in hardship, perhaps in silence, until it begins to seek truth again. Not in words, but in essence. He warned his disciples, "Let this be a lesson. It is not enough to speak light, you must become it. It is not enough to receive mystery, you must embody it." Chapter 132. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will tell you what happens to a soul who has heard the mysteries but delays its return, one who chooses to remain in worldly distractions, promising to change later." He explained, such a soul often forgets its vow. Time passes, attachments grow stronger. The voice of truth grows faint. And when the moment of death comes, the soul is unprepared. The soul is confronted by archons. It is questioned and cannot answer with light. Its seal is incomplete. It speaks the names, but not with power. And so it is seized and cast into further wanderings. Yeshua said, "But if such a soul, even in its final breath, turns back with sincerity, if it remembers the light and cries out in truth, it will be heard. The journey will still be long, but not without hope." Chapter 133. Yeshua said, "Now I will speak of a soul who receives the mysteries, lives a pure life, and fulfills every command of the light." He explained that this soul, when it departs from the body, is met by the powers of the heights. They do not question it. They recognize the strength and clarity of its seal. The soul is escorted upward by beings of light. At every gate, the path is open. It is not delayed, not judged. Its robe is restored. Its name is honored, and it ascends joyfully into the treasury of light. There it is embraced as a friend, not as a guest. It takes its seat among those who serve the light eternally, and its memory becomes a blessing for the worlds below. Yeshua said, "This is a soul that has become light itself, for it no longer fears, it no longer struggles. It has returned home." Chapter 134. Yeshua said, "Now I will explain what happens when a soul is called to rise, but is held back by debts from the past actions, by wrongs unhealed, or truths unspoken." He explained that such a soul may rise for a time, but as it approaches the higher gates, it stops. The archons bring forward its past. The soul is shown what it avoided, denied, or harmed. It is not condemned, but it is held. It must return, not to suffer blindly, but to make things right. It may be sent to serve, to restore what was broken, to speak what was once silenced. Yeshua said, "The light is just. Every soul must walk in truth. No mystery can cover what the heart refuses to face. But when the work is done, the soul will rise, stronger, clearer, and truly free." Chapter 135. Yeshua said to his disciples, "Now I will reveal to you the path of the soul who has not received the mysteries, who has lived in confusion and ignorance, and who leaves the body without repentance or understanding." He explained that such a soul is heavy, surrounded by darkness, and weighed down by the passions and errors it carried in life. When it departs the body, it is seen immediately by the archons of the outer world. They do not question it kindly. They bind it and drag it into the lower realms. There, Yeshua said, it is judged. not by divine wrath, but by the nature of what it has become. The rulers assign to it places of correction. It may pass through painful forms, be reborn into difficult lives, or descend into forgetfulness, far from the light. But Yeshua also spoke of compassion. If anyone who's still living remembers that soul and prays for it with love, if one who holds the mystery offers up words and truth, then that soul may be helped. The light may open a way for it if it begins to turn towards the truth. He added that many souls do not understand the weight of their own actions. They move through life unaware of the consequences they are creating, but nothing is lost. Every act, every thought, every intention leaves a trace, and every soul will eventually awaken. Yeshua ended by saying, "This is why I have revealed these mysteries to you, not so you may judge others, but so that you may help them. And now, you now carry a great light. Use it not for pride, but for healing. Let your knowledge lift the fallen. Let your compassion awaken the forgotten. The light is for all, but it waits to be remembered." You know, that's... You know what's interesting too? You know what my mind just initially went to? Is, well, first off, we never learn anything. We only remember it, right? But it's pain, suffering. You know, well, being reminded of what I'm being brought to is when it's talking about the soul that, you know, that falls and then it comes back into harder times, right? You know, but it's no matter how dim the light may seem, no matter how far away we may find ourselves, but it's just it's the existence of the light. It's the existence of the path that can't be removed. Only by us, only by our choices, our actions, our decisions. Which are a lot of times they're influenced by others, you know. That's interesting too, influences. You know, but a lot of times we find ourselves, you know, people want to make the choices and decisions for our life as they seem fit. You know, but who wants to make those decisions for us? Who tries to make those decisions for us? You know, it's people that may have observed some of the things that we went through. They didn't go through it. You know, they only observed it. But even those that go through the same thing, you know, we take it differently. You know, we come out of it differently. We went into it differently. You know, just because we went through some of the same circumstances doesn't mean that we went into it the same, and it doesn't mean that we came out of it the same either. You know, it's interesting, but souls remember. But it's like, I wonder, does our soul, do we feel it inside when we find ourselves getting so far away from the truth, when we find ourselves getting so far away from the light? Is that felt inside of us? Like, damn, I know where this is going. I've been here before. Our souls, like, I would think it would feel like daggers. I would think, you know, logic says, you know, our soul would not want us to head back down that path. And so it's going to make it painful. It's going to make it abundantly clear that this is not a good choice. This is not a good decision. This is not where we're supposed to be going. It has to. Logic says it has to. You know, but do we listen? You know, the signs, the cues, the information we get daily. You know, do we have the ears to hear, the eyes to see? Do we have the intention to want to? You know, do we have the intention to grow, to change, to learn? Or are we just set in our ways? Are we seeking change? Are we seeking peace? Are we seeking balance? Oh, seeking, you shall find. We do. We do. The fucked up part, though, is a lot of times we think that we're seeking peace, but it's a lack of knowledge of, well, it's just a lack of knowledge of our actions, of the energetic contracts that we sign, and it's a lack of knowledge of a lot. You know, it's interesting. It talks about, passing through. And it's, it talks about many different souls, right? Some souls, it's interesting. Some, I read stuff like this to make sense of what I already did. Some people will read stuff like this to try to achieve something. I'm not trying to achieve anything. I'm trying to break it down and make sense to myself of what I've already done. And so that tells me right now I fall into the class of, the souls that didn't have the teachings of the mysteries. But life is the teacher. You can learn the lessons without having any knowledge of the test. It's like, I didn't even know it was a test. Holy shit, that was a test? It's like, I didn't even fucking know. But our soul knows, our soul remembers. Right? I mean, it's right is wrong is wrong. It's kind of, some things are blatantly obvious. Or at least it should be. Some people, they see no faults in their ways. And it's like, damn, none? You don't see anything wrong with any of that? Like, fuck. Maybe my definition of perfect is wrong. Who knows? But remembrance, but at each level, when you get to at each level, when you get there, I didn't have the words to speak, but I had the answers to the test. I went through life. I responded through life the way I was meant to, without the knowledge of it being a test, without the knowledge of, it's just me doing what I felt guided or led to do, just me handling the situations how I felt right to handle it. And so I had all the answers. I had the names that I didn't know. I had the seals. I had everything I needed to know without knowing it. Going through, my heart was going on the scales. I didn't even know it. I was going through my ascension. I didn't know. I was just trying to better my life. Like shit. Like it's the things that we do without any understanding of the what, the why, the how. It's just what we feel led to do. And it's an internal compass. It's the North Star, but it's the North Star, the guiding light, your higher self. It's kind of like all the same stuff. It's looking at everything from a higher perspective. It's either at least being able to look at it from a higher perspective, or being open to information to be able to look at it from either we naturally look at things from a higher perspective, or sometimes things just don't really seem to make sense, and we meditate, but it's through the meditation when we don't initially see things from a higher angle, a higher perspective. That comes through meditation. It comes through meditation. We get a lot. But gnosis, breathing, breath work, breathing. But it's consciousness. It's breathing in consciousness. It's interesting. It's like, it's breathing in knowing and exhaling beliefs, because you only believe what you do not know. And so it's like, it's bringing the life in, the consciousness in, and it's expelling. It's discharging. It's getting rid of the beliefs. But its beliefs don't compare to knowings. It's interesting. Well, people. It's what I mean. It's 100 unascended motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. It's you think just because 100 motherfuckers that aren't ascended, just because with all of our balls combined, you can stand up against me and you can tell me that my truth is not the truth. Fuck off. 100 unascended motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me what I know to be true. You only believe it. So it doesn't matter how many motherfuckers get together in their belief. Your belief is false. I stand on motherfucking truths. I stand on knowings. It cannot be. It doesn't break. It doesn't crumble. It's knowings. Not false belief systems. I stand on knowings. Knowings, but it's God's spells. Knowing the impact of our words. Knowing the power of life and death is in the power of my tongue. And I use it to speak life. I use it to bring myself up. I use it to bring others up. You know what I use it for destruction though? Destroy all veils of deceit. Yeah, I'll tear all those motherfuckers down. Tear them all down. Get rid of them. It does no one any good. No good. Coddling to our sensitive little feelings, to our false sense of reality, that doesn't do anyone any good. Doesn't do anyone. No one. Doesn't do anyone any good. What's the inside edition? It doesn't do anyone any good. It's the inside edition. It's layers of deceit. Hiding ourselves from ourselves. But it's the ways that we deceive ourselves. It's the ways that we put the layers over ourselves. Sometimes to protect others, but are we really protecting them? By coddling to their sensitive feelings, are we protecting them? Is that love? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Alright, that's going to be a quick one. I just want to come in here, do this chapter. Oh, that book. We did the whole book, actually. That was book 3. How many books are in here? We got 4. Oh, there's only one more book in this one. Alright, well that's it for this. But thanks for tapping in. Thanks for the likes, shares, comments. Thank you for the exchange of energy. And until next time.